Hello, Tyler DeWitt here. I'm actually in my front room here. You see my beautiful view back there of Los Angeles. Phenomenal view. So anyways, I wanted to go over some key factors on building your thought leadership. You can do that through speaking, content, letters of recommendations, and even writing a book. Speaking is probably one of the best ways to build your thought leadership image. Some people ask me, do you pay to speak? Do you speak for free? Do people pay you to speak? Don't ever pay to speak. Believe it or not, there are conferences out there that charge for exhibiting and then they let you speak. I think that's the most ridiculous thing that any conference could ever do. And then you have conferences you can speak at for free, but usually that's to build your thought leadership image. And then you have conferences that will make agreement with you. You can collaborate with the conference, get access to the delegate list, free exhibiting, and maybe cover your hotel costs and get other perks depending on the agreement that you have with the conference. So there's several different ways. And some conferences pay you, but usually if you want to be paid like a $15,000, $25,000 fee, you have to have some establishment already. You should have at least a year speaking already. You should be developing workshops, handling keynotes, and things like that. So speaking can build your thought leadership skills. It's a phenomenal tool to use. The reality is most speakers do it for somewhat free. I don't speak for free. I have an agreement worked out with the conferences, which I can't go into details. It's basically an exchange agreement. I use their resources. I got access to their resources and a few other perks, which I can't go into details, like I said. So 2, write a book. If you write a book, that can help you appear as an expert. Clearly you are an expert. Write a book on something as you are an expert. What I'm saying is it will boost your credibility and it will boost your authoritativeness of what people think about you. They think, oh, this guy's wrote a book. He's got a bunch of reviews on Amazon. He must know what he's talking about. So a book is good. 3, publish content on your website. Publish for Forbes. Publish for anything that's relevant in your industry. Even if you got to contribute content for free to other sites, having your name appear on a well-known site can boost your credibility. I know you don't want to do it for free, but what's it going to take you to write a 1,000-word article up, or have someone else write it and pay them $20, $50 and publish it to, Forbes or Inc.com or wherever it may be? I'm just using these examples. Clearly you want to use something relevant to your industry. Letters of recommendations, get a beefy letters of recommendations. If you're speaking, get a letter of recommendation from the conference CEO, get one from your clients, get references from credible people. You want a beefy page, a letter of recommendation that's like 500 words long that really drives your credibility up, that gives you a lot of credit for what you did for that client. And make sure it's the CEO or someone like that writing. It's not Joe Blow that's working in the link building department, SEO department. You want someone high up in upper management writing that letter of recommendation for you. And if they have a problem of writing a letter of recommendation for you and you proved and you did a great job for them, then I would highly suggest you find other clients or work with other people that's going to give you credit for your work. Unless if you're under an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Me, I don't do NDAs. I can't say we don't do NDAs. There is times that we will do NDAs. I will do NDAs, whether it's me as a private consultant working with another company or it has something to do with me and my team. We might sign one, but there again, we raise the cost by like 50% because it takes away our brand power. So those are 4 elements you can use to help improve your thought leadership. So some people ask, why is thought leadership so important today? Thought leadership is important because it helps you convert better. Whether you're applying for a job, you're trying to sell a product, you're trying to sell a service, whatever it may be, it boosts your credibility. It builds you into more of a brand image. Because when you're out speaking at conferences, especially well-known conferences, I'm not talking about your average neighborhood conferences at the local lodge. I'm talking about well-known conferences. For example, I speak in front of enterprise brands. I speak in front of attendees from Lyft, Uber, Nike, Siemens, Coinbase. I speak in front of some of the attendees from some of the biggest brands in the world. This builds your thought leadership. At the last conference I was at, I spoke for about 30 minutes, and then we had like a keynote workshop session or a brainstorming session where we went around and we organized everybody into a group. And then we challenged them and we told them to come up with a new plan. And then I went around to every table and asked them how they was going to, 10x their marketing operations, what they're going to do better, how they are going to apply what they learned from my speech into their client or into their company. So as you can see, these things build you into a thought leader. It boosts your credibility. It shows that you have the experience. And people become aware of who you are and what you do. Speaking in general just is very highly influential on people. Speaking has been something that always, it's been authoritative for years. I mean, anybody that spoke usually are someone of authority or they're viewed as an authority. A lot of people are scared to speak. I was reading the statistics on it. Over 70% of people are scared to speak. And believe me, and there's people out there that are experts, that are just phenomenal at what they do, but they hide behind a computer all the time, and they're probably super good at what they do. But they just don't know how to boost their credibility through speaking, through content, through letters of recommendations. So what happens is they settle for a low salary, working somewhere, doing something else. Or they might be, I even know people that are super successful. I know people that were super successful in affiliate marketing, making over 100,000 plus per month in profit back in the early days. But these guys were geeks. They hid behind computers. They didn't have any exposure to the external, world. So there was really never someone that knew how to boost your own credibility or their personal brand. They just was out marketing other products and services. But today, I'll tell you, thought leadership is more important than it's ever been in the past 20 years. So them are some elements that you can use to help enhance your thought leadership. Have a good evening.